Good morning, class. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to today's math lesson. Today we're continuing to learn about the area of a triangle. So we're continuing to use our formula, which is half times base times height. Okay, and hopefully you had a lot of practice yesterday determining what the base was, okay, in your exercise. And today we're going to be working with the formula. So what I want you to do is grab your math textbook and flip it open to page 68, and we're going to do the questions on this page together just to get some practice before I send you off. Okay, so we're looking at this one, and these are my fantastic triangle drawings. So this is 2A, okay, and we see that 10 centimeters is our base. So this is the key thing. So the base of the triangle isn't the one that's closest to the bottom of the page, okay? So the base is the line that is across from the perpendicular angle to the vertex. So when it's labeled like that, it's probably the base, okay? Even though this time it's on top. All right, and the height is 4 centimeters. So we're doing half times 10 times 4, which is half times 14. So 14 over 2, which equals 7. Okay, and for our final answer, of course, we need to remember our units. Okay, it's centimeters squared. And so for each question, especially in your workbook probably, there'll be different units. So pay attention. It's not always going to be centimeters, okay? But remember that we always have to do it squared because that shows that it's area. Okay, so number 2B. We see that our right angle is right here, which means that this can be our base or this. It doesn't matter because we're multiplying, so the order doesn't matter. But we're going to do half times 9 times 12, okay? Which equals half times 108, okay? Which equals 54. All right, and it's not just 54, it is 54 inches squared, okay? All right, so just so you can see that, it's just 108 over 2. Sorry, I want to make sure that you can see that. Okay, so make sure that when you're working on your exercises that you include these steps, just so that you know what you're doing all along the way, okay? I want to see more than just the answers written down, all right? It's always important to show your work in math. All right, let's look at C. So this one, because it's an obtuse triangle, which means this is bigger than 90 degrees, we have our angle outside of it. But the base, which is 7 meters, just goes within the triangle. Okay? So then there's our height, which means it's half times 7 times 9, which is half times 63. Which is actually going to be 31 and a half. Okay, so 63 over 2, because it's not a whole number, we're going to keep the fraction in the answer, okay? So it's 31, because 2 can go into 63 31 times. Or, yeah, did I say 31? Yeah. And then a half. One part is left over. And again, we're looking at our units, and it's meters squared. All right? So when you come across odd numbers that don't divide in half easily, remember that you're going to have to probably have a fraction, half, in the answer. Okay? So let's look at D. So we see that they've given us this as our base because this is our right angle going to the vertex, which means we're going to do half times 20 times 22, which means half times 440, which means it's 220 feet squared, okay? Because we have 440 over 2. All right. So I'm also going to show you some examples from number 3. So we're at the bottom of the page, but I'm just going to show you A and C because I want you to pay attention to what the base is, okay? So you see for 3A that they've given us 2 numbers at the bottom. So the first thing we're going to have to do is add them together. 48 plus 15 is 63. Okay, so we know that this is our base. Okay, and now that we've figured that out, now we can do our equation. So we're going to do half times 63 times 20. Okay, which is half. Let's do this up here. Times 1,260. And then we're going to put that over 2. Okay. And it's going to be 630. Okay, so again, make sure you're doing the work that you need to on the side. So 1260 divided by 2. 2 goes into 12, 6 times. Okay. So, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. Okay. And then we have our 0. All right, so it is 630, and this time it's yards. That's the YD. Yards squared. All right, and again, you see with our last question, they've given us 2 numbers, so we have to add them together to get 14 for our base. Okay, so we're going to do half times 14 times 6, which is half times, let's see, 14 times 6 is 84. Nope, sorry, it's 144. Okay, which divided by 2, 144 divided by 2 is 72. And our units are meters, so we're going to write meters squared. Okay, so that's just a whole bunch of examples to show you how the formula works so that you can do it in your practice exercise. So your work for today is going to be exercise number 31. All right, so that is on page 74 and 75 in your workbook. Okay, so off you go. If you have any questions, just let me know. And you can also meet with me on Thursday to talk about Area 2 because I have a Zoom meeting planned for you at 10. Okay, there you go.